In this video, I'm going to show you the proper technique on how to cook a New York steak in a cast iron pan. So with very few simple ingredients, we have our New York steak cut right there, thyme, garlic, some salt, cracked pepper, and also butter. When seasoning your steak, you need to take in consideration the thickness of the steak. As you can see, this is a very thick cut, so we want to be very liberal with our seasoning on the outside. That way, when we take each bite, we will get as much flavor throughout the entire steak as possible. So you go very liberal on the outside. We're gonna go salt, and we're also gonna do cracked pepper. I'm not doing blended pepper because I want to get that peppery flavor. So cracked is gonna bring it out a lot more. We're gonna season both sides. Today's steak I'm gonna cook to a medium rare. Now in the industry we don't use thermometers for steaks and things like that. For big roasts we might use them, but it's all based on feel. Reason being, if you poke a hole into your protein, all the juice seeps out. That's why it's so important at the end to let your meat rest at least 10 to 15 minutes before you cut it, so all that juice stays inside. So I will show you a trick really fast on how you can get your feel down for what the temperature is of the steak. Okay, so here's a little trick you can practice to get the feel of what temperature your steak is cooked at. Take your index finger and you push right here. This would be considered black blue, which would be raw. You take your index finger and you touch the tip of your thumb. That is rare. Take the next finger, touch the tip of your thumb. That is medium rare. The following finger is medium. And this finger is medium well. And what I'm doing is I'm pushing right here and I'm feeling the firmness. Anything above this is well done. If you wrap your finger a little bit further, you can then feel that that's well done, but we don't really care too much about well done. Okay, so this is the cast iron pan. It's nice and hot. All I've done is I have greased it lightly with some olive oil. It's key that the pan is pretty much dry. We're not frying this steak, we are sauteing it. So we want the natural fat from the steak to render into the pan. So, season side down. And you should hear that sound every time or the pan is not ready. We're gonna go ahead and now we're gonna season this side. Few minutes. Now we're gonna go ahead and turn this over, and that's what you're looking for. You want that nice hard color on there. That's all flavor. We're gonna let this go for another 3 minutes. We're gonna sear this on each side about 3 minutes to get our nice color. Because of the size of the steak, I'm gonna have to place it in the T-oven. I want it to be a nice medium rare, so I'll have to put it into like a 400-degree oven for roughly about 5 minutes just to get some of that center cooked. Okay, so steak right here. Pretty rare still. A little bit thinner over here. This one's more on the medium side already, right on this edge. So now to finish this off, you're gonna place your butter in the pan, and this is the last thing you do. We're gonna hit it with our thyme and our crushed garlic, and we're gonna baste this steak. It's gonna add a lot of flavor to our steak. One of the most important things you can do. We're just gonna hit it with that butter, with the herbs, and just let it finish cooking inside here. That's it. We're removing this from the pan. We're gonna let it sit for at least 10 minutes before we cut it. That's it. That's how easy it is to cook a steak in a cast iron pan. Practice your temperatures. If you like this video, thumbs up, subscribe. I also do awesome recipes, not just how-to videos.